So today we're going to be rating all of the F1 Creator Series drivers, at least the ones that I've raced against, which is something that just happened randomly on stream. This wasn't a planned video, but someone in chat suggested it, so I thought, yeah, why not? Maybe I'll make a few enemies, we'll see, maybe a few friends along the way, but let's get into it. When do we get a cleanliness tier list for Creator Series? Should we do it? Should we do it? Should we put together a list? We can make this into a video, do it. Benjamin's on the content hype. Anyway, yeah, let's do a tier list. Should we do a tier list? Who have we got? So we got my boy Razin. We've got Ben. We've got El Ray, GB. We've got Tom. I may listen to guys that I've had more battles with at the front. Safso. Pole Merchant, of course. Skyzy. Yeah, Tom, we'll put Tom in. Tom, we have had battles, Tom, not recently. Infratic, yeah. You should propose to Razin during this stream. Meraki, oh yeah, I literally forgot Meraki, amazing. Perya, yeah, Perya's a good one. Perya. Vince, I haven't had many battles with Vince. Ches. Dale, hi Dale. You Ben battle like his last lap in 2-player career, we do, true. Hayden, yeah. Mitchie, yeah, okay. Mitchie's a good one. The AI, okay, that's a good shout. Oh, I'm keeping having that AI on the list. Are we happy with that? Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll add myself. Razin, well, I mean, so it's out of 10, right? It's out of 10. Out of 10. 10 for Razin, easy. And this is obviously personal to me, right? I genuinely can't think of a time where I've hit Razin, or me and Razin made contact, no fault, and it's had any negative impact on either of us whatsoever. Like, I'm sure we have made contact. I genuinely can't think of a time. If I could think of a single time, I'd give him lower. So to me, that has to be 10. And then aggressiveness, I feel like Razin, he's not passive. He's also very smart. Oh, race IQ. Come on. Give me that race IQ. Gotta get the race IQ in the mix, haven't we, chat? He doesn't go for things that I would go for. So obviously I'm going to think that I've got the best race IQ, right? Because there's a reason I do everything I do on track. But it's still very good. He's still got very good. 9 or 8. And then aggressiveness. Aggressiveness is like 6, maybe. Maybe a 7. Ben, cleanliness. I mean, how often, genuinely question, and no, don't just mean with me, can you think of any time that Ben has overtaken someone or been overtaken without making contact with them at some point? I mean, Ben's cleanliness is awful, right? Ben's race IQ is pretty good, though. I give him an 8. The reason he's gone down is I've just thought of him in Australia, desperate to get past me and using all his battery and sending it and costing us time. Aggressiveness, Ben is pretty aggressive. He's definitely more aggressive than Razin when he wants to be. But again, because the race IQ is not always aggressive. You think 10? You think 10? Right, I'll go up to 9. I feel like 10 is maybe too harsh. El Ray's a 10. Ben's not as aggressive as El Ray. You've got to be able some margin there. Speaking of El Ray, 10. El Ray's cleanliness, because he's very aggressive with his defending and attacking, he'll only just give you enough cars width, right? So for that reason, he does make contact, but not all the time. But most of the time, I say he does. So is this like 4? And his race IQ, sorry, David, if you're still in. It's not looking good, bruv. GB, right, cleanliness. It's weird. Before Japan, I'd say GB was like an 8 or a 9 in cleanliness. Like really clean driver, for the most part. But since then, I feel like he's not. I mean, I'm going to do it on what he is now, right? I'm going to do it on the most recent information. Honestly, I think GB's less clean than El Ray. Aggressiveness, again, not normally that high. I'd say like less aggressive than Razin. Yeah, a little bit less aggressive than Razin. Race IQ, reasonable for GB. Very reasonable, like a 8. GB not clean after he smashed into the barrier 130, exactly. So Tom 97. I've not had that many like proper battles with Tom 97. He tends to bottle it, and I don't really battle him much. I feel like Tom's pretty clean. You guys said 10. He clean. All right. I'll give him 9 just because I haven't raced him myself personally, although I equally haven't had any contact with him. Aggressiveness, GB levels of aggression for Tom 97. Does that sound about right? Race IQ, yeah, race IQ seems decent. Although I will say he possibly tries to get away from the pack much. I think that's because of his pace. He would burn battery to desperately get away from the pack. He maybe does that a bit too much when it's perhaps not possible and just wastes battery. So he's certainly not a 10 for racecraft. He's up there though. Gotta be 9. Tom 97's very, very patient. So maybe less on aggressiveness than you're thinking. Okay, you guys are thinking that's high. Okay, again, I've not raced him that much. Safso. Okay, well, let's just pop that in straight away. I'll give him a 1. I'm not giving him a 0. I'll give him a 1. I feel like Safso's, 9 even. Safso's very clean, isn't he? 10? 10? Safso said defo not 10. We're not going to listen to Safso on his own rating. Anyway, race IQ for Safso. Decent, but I feel like his passiveness lets him down a little bit. I feel like sometimes he needs to go for a move and he just won't. The race IQ's like 7? Okay, Skyzy. So, now this is interesting, because Skyzy in this debate we had was on my side saying, yeah, we should be cleaner. But equally, I feel like people generally think Skyzy isn't that clean. And my experience isn't amazing for Skyzy. How often does Skyzy make a move? Does Skyzy make contact with somebody? Whether it's his fault or not, doesn't matter. When an overtake is happening. I'd say quite a lot of the time. Skyzy's dropping the question marks. I'm going to start. Everyone's going to hate me by the end of this. Aggressiveness. Nah, Skyzy's not too bad with aggressiveness. He's not as aggressive as El Rey. He's not as aggressive as Ben. But he's more aggressive. So 8. 8 for aggressiveness, I reckon, for Skyzy. I feel like Skyzy's a little bit cleaner than El Rey. A little bit. 5. Race IQ. I feel like Skyzy's... he's not going to like this. I feel like Skyzy tends to go for a lot of moves and just goes for battles that just negatively affect the group. It's not awful. Skyzy's very, very in disagreement in chat. Most of the guys who are rated here are in chat. No pressure. Right, Tom. Cleanliness. Tom likes to go for aggressive starts on soft. People wouldn't necessarily say he's clean. For me, personally, this has got to be my personal, right? I feel like Tom's pretty clean. I think I'm a 7. If you measure the amount of hits, I'll be one of the lowest. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, we'll put it to 8. Fine. I'd say Tom's on a par with Ben for race IQ. Ben and GB, yeah. Aggressiveness, I don't know, just 8? All the 8s for Tom? What the flip? I'm so surprised. Were you expecting worse? I mean, it helps, Tom, that you're never at the front. If I'm at the front, I don't see you. It's just like, bye, Tom. Have a nice race. I am joking. I'm joking. We're not going to rate everyone on everything. It would take too long. Tom was about to compliment you, the hat's drop astray. Anyway, right, Infratic. Do you know what? I haven't raced that much with Infratic, but we know he has been prone to losing his head in the past and rage quitting. He hasn't done that for a while after his race ban for doing so, but he has done that. So I feel like not great. Cleanliness. No, you guys think he's clean? I was going to say 6 as well. I feel like 6 for Infratic. So aggressiveness for Infratic. I feel like he's quite aggressive. Yeah, 7 sounds fair. I was going to say similar. And then race IQ. Yeah, I was gonna say similar, Razin. Like, race IQ's not amazing, but it's not awful. Worse than Skyzy. Yeah, worse than Skyzy. Better than 5. Yeah, 5. Everyone's saying similar. Baraki, here we go. Actually, let's move on. Let's get him gone. There you go. Let's ignore he exists. Joking. I'm joking. Let's bring Baraki back. Right, cleanliness for Baraki. I feel like normally reasonably clean. I'll give it GB a 3. That probably is a bit harsh. Maybe I'll bump GB up to a 4. I feel like maybe similar to GB. I feel like Baraki's a weird one. Like, mostly he's clean, but he does make contact. I'd say 7. Aggressiveness for Baraki, not high. I've, generally speaking, got Meraki's number. When he needs to get a move done, he can't do it. So, like, 5? yeah, we do need the ERS usage. ERS usage is definitely a 0. And then we'll also have, like, a what the flip rating. It's obviously going to be 10 for Tom. There you go. Race IQ. I feel like Meraki's race IQ is very good. Our first 10 even? How can you have amazing race IQ when he's 0? But yeah, it's true, actually. Maybe his ERS heavily lets him down. Yeah, it's a good point, Ben. It is a good point. I think Ben's just nailed it. I think he's a 9 or a 10 if you ignore ERS usage. 6? I think that really drops him down because it's bad. Perya, here we go. Perya. So, in my opinion, Perya is very aggressive. I've got to bear in mind that I've got his good friend Skyzy in chat here. Persia. So I do pronounce the J. Okay, Persia. Fine, I'll start saying Persia. Cleanliness. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. 3? Is 3 harsh? Yeah, chat doesn't disagree. Aggressiveness is high. He goes for the moves, dude. El Rey is the most aggressive, I'd say. Is he as aggressive as El Rey, or is he a 9? It's at least a 9. It's at least a 9 for aggressiveness. Race IQ. Again, not great. He just goes for the move all the time. Similar to El Rey. I'd say El Rey and Persia are quite similar. He just goes for the move. I'd say he's slightly better than El Rey in terms of, like, smartness. Is that too harsh on Persia? Razin's saying 1 or 2. No one's saying it's harsh. All right. Vince, honestly, I've not raced Vince that much. I don't think we had to rate Vince. You guys might have to help me with Vince. Vince dives me a lot. I'm going with 5. Well, again, so cleanliness is purely the amount of contact made. Regardless of fault, it's the amount of contact made. I'll put a 6 for now. You let me know if that's wrong. Aggressiveness. I feel like Vince... Is he aggressive? Okay, people are saying Vince is reasonably high on aggressive. Yeah, there's a lot of 7s. All right, 7. And then race IQ for Vince. I think you guys were saying it's not amazing. He goes for dives sometimes. But equally, I don't think he's dumb. He was smart with me. 4. Okay, most people... Okay, I'll go 4. Most people say 4. Okay, Ches. So, again, I haven't raced Ches that much. Ches is, in my opinion, very passive. But that's with me. And I think that means he's got good race IQ because, real talk, Ches is normally a decent chunk off the pace that I'm running. So he's normally very passive and sort of lets me go pretty easily. And potentially, weirdly, he's so passive with me that it's bad for his race IQ, because sometimes he lets me go too easily. I'm like, do your own race, mate. Like, you don't have to jump out of the way. 10 cleanliness. You guys are straight up saying 10. Okay, all right, 10. We'll go with 10. Yeah, he's really not aggressive, is he? I'd say he's like a 2. The fact that you guys are saying when he wants to defend, he does race hard, I feel like that means he's got a good race IQ, right? He lets me go because he knows that there's no point fighting me, but then he fights the battles when he needs to fight. 7 or 8, 7, 5 to 6, 6 or 7, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think 7 high? Maybe 7's high. Yeah, we haven't given anyone 10 race IQ yet. Anyway, Dale, on to Dale. So, well, Dale with me just always lets me go. I guess even more so than Ches. He literally, in Imola, he literally drove off the track to allow me a free position on the safety car. 4 position. He's smart enough to not fight you, so he doesn't end up on the list. Yeah, so in which case, yeah, you're right. 10, 10, 10. There you go. Dale's the first 10. I mean, he obviously has his whoopsies, right? He has his whoopsies, but his whoopsies tend to be on his own. He just tends to spin a lot and bin it a lot. But that's not on this list. Taco's saying 7, 8. Taco's a good one to judge Dale. Aggressiveness, I feel like Dale's not that aggressive. He's not aggressive with me. Wet flannel. He's aggressive with the barrier. Oh my God, the absolute shots. Dale is not going to leave the stream very happy. Taco said he's 11. I'm getting really mixed signals here. Right, race IQ. I feel like Dale's race IQ is pretty good. I feel like his race IQ is pretty good. 7 or 8 on race IQ. I feel like that's easier. Intermediate aggressiveness. Yeah. Is that one lower there? You said he needed to kill Bushy. His cleanliness maybe isn't. I feel like because he spins a lot, his cleanliness can't be that high, can it? We can't give a guy that is known as the biggest retirer, the biggest DNFer in creative series. We can't give him a high cleanliness rating, even though it's not directly about that. 6, 6, 7. That sounds about right. Hayden. Okay, so I've raced Hayden a bit more. Hayden's actually F2 now, of course, but I have raced Hayden a little bit. Hayden's cleanliness, I feel like I'm going to start with the race IQ for Hayden, because I feel like Hayden's race IQ is very, very good. Hayden doesn't fight a fight he just doesn't need to fight. 8 or 9. I might just give him an 8 for now. 8 or 9, I think. Cleanliness, I feel like he's reasonably clean as well. In F2, he's the danger. Do you know what? I'm going to ignore F2. I can't ignore F2, though, can I? Because that's what he does now. If he was in F1 and raced like he does in F1, his cleanliness is like an 8 or a 9. As he's an absolute bandit in F2, that's going to drop to a 6. All right? That's what we're going to do. Aggressiveness, I feel like Hayden's not aggressive, though. Then again, maybe in F2 he is. I haven't really seen much of an F2. He's a 7 or 8 aggressive, really. But again, with me, he kind of lets me go. Mega aggro, says Skyzy. Okay, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put up to 9 because I think he's got excellent race IQ. Very, very good race IQ. I'm going to put him down to a 5, though, for cleanliness because of F2. You think he's quite aggressive? All right, we'll go 7. Fine. Okay, Mitchie Hoyer. Now, Mitchie, obviously, primarily an R-Factor racer. But I have had a few battles with him recently. An extended battle in Japan. I know it wasn't the best for me. Ooh. I know it wasn't the best for me, but I still got to have a good look at his racecraft. I'd say Mitchie is very clean. 8. Aggressiveness, like kind of aggressive when he needs to be, but I don't think anyone would call Mitchie an aggressive driver. So like 6. And then race IQ is decent, I'd say. I'd say his race IQ is very good. His esports stuff helps him with that. I'd say 8 race IQ. AI next. So AI's cleanliness, I mean, it's got to be pretty good, right? Because if you send it on an AI, they do generally give you room. This game, last year's game, AI's cleanliness would have been awful. It would have been maybe a 1 or a 2 max. This year's game, I feel like they are cleaner. AI will always give you room. Not always, but then they do drag on you on exits sometimes still. So like they're not perfect. I'd say 7 or 8 for AI because they always give you room. They jump out of the way, exactly. So then their aggressiveness is low, right? AI, not aggressive. They don't send it on you. You send it on them, they jump out of the way. Their aggressiveness is very low. 2. And then race IQ, I mean, the AI, not applicable. Really, like that. Yeah, I think 1. He's got to be below El Rey. They've got to be below El Rey. 1. Yeah, there you go. And then up to me then. This is what you've been waiting for. So I think we all know. No, wait, that's not right. There you go. I think we can all agree. It's 10, 10, 10. No, I'm going to so I'll tell you what. We'll have 2. We'll have me and you, okay? And we'll do actual polls for it. But no, I'll do it via chat because it's hard to do to get a rating. I don't know. Okay, so myself. So cleanliness. I'd say I'm mostly pretty clean, but not squeaky clean. I'd say Tom levels of clean is fair. 8, because there is still some contact with me occasionally. Like the Dave Gaming crash, right? Like I knew he was alongside me. I turned in anyway because he shouldn't have been there, but I did turn in. That was contact caused by me. Aggressiveness. I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion on this. I'm not going to look at chat yet because I don't want to be influenced, right? But I think people, because of Ben's influence, I feel like people think I'm very, very aggressive. And I am pretty aggressive when I need to be. But I'm not as aggressive as Ben, I wouldn't say. Not quite. So if Ben's a 9, I've got to be an 8. I'd say I'm very close to Ben on aggressiveness. Race IQ. Now, because this is based on me, I genuinely do think I'm a 10 in that. Because it's me, right? Like, I do the races that I think is the best, personally. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to be like, oh, why did I do that? That was stupid. Occasionally, I say that, but not very often. Strategy, different story recently. My strategy's not been the best recently. There's no doubt about that. How clean do you think I am in terms of races? We've got a 7. 6, 7, 6, 7, 3, 7, 7, 6, 7. Okay, there's a lot of 7s. I feel like 7. There's a couple of high ones. There's a lot of 7s. There's a lot of 7s. Aggressiveness. Do aggressiveness now. Go. Aggressiveness in chat right now. Most people saying 8s. There's a few 10s there. I don't think we can go below an 8 for this average that I'm seeing. There's a few 9s. But as there was only like 1 or 2 10s and there was a few 7s, I feel like we will end up with an 8 average. But I feel like it could be 9. It's sort of 8.5, that. And then race IQ, guys. Put it in chat. Same thing again. Race IQ. What is my race IQ? A lot of 9s, a few 10s. Some 8s coming in now. I'm saying defo 9. You guys have been surprisingly generous on this. I thought I was going to be absolutely in the mud. Again, it's sort of like 8.5, but I feel like it's maybe edging towards a 9. I can give myself a 10 because I did. I think 9's probably fair. You want to do pace and consistency as well? God. You know what? I'm going to do it. Sorry. We'll just do it. We'll do it. Consistency, because we can do it really quickly. I'm just going to smash this out real quick. Consistency and pace, right? Razzing. Consistency this season, very good. Previous season's not so good, but we'll go a recency bias. At tracks where it's possible to get track limits, Razza will get track limits. So 8. So pretty good, but not perfect. Pace, very good, 9, but not the best, because we know Skysy's 10 for that. My pace, I'd say... Me and Razin have got the same... Me and Razin are the same driver. I feel like my consistency... how much of a recency bias are we giving this? If you ignore the last 4 races, my consistency is a straight 10. I don't think anyone's denying that. My first 18 races in a row on Creator Series, all on the podium. That has to be a 10. With some recency bias... I'll take a hit down to an 8. I think that's probably fair. So I literally end up on the same as Razin. Tom consistency, I mean... So Tom's track-to-track consistency is awful. But I feel like his consistency in the race is pretty good, but not perfect. So like 6. That harsh on Tom, maybe. Pace, again, this season, yeah, not great. Like 6. Tom 97, obviously his pace is a 10. Consistency for Tom 97, yeah, not good. Tom 97 should be dominating Creator Series, and he's not. 5 at best. Mitchie Hoyer, pace. So again, with some recency bias, because Mitchie's come a long way recently. I think his pace is actually pretty decent now. 7 or 8. Consistency, pretty good. Not amazing. 7? Race pace, bruv. Tom, when was the last time, Tom, you fought the sharp end? I know you want to race the... All right, I will put you up 1, but I feel like... Nah, 6. You're 6, because GB's a 7. Hayden, a bit hard, because he's not in F1 anymore. Hayden's pace, yeah, can be all right. Not amazing. I'd say Hayden's a bit slower than Tom. Consistency's pretty good. 7 or 8. GB, consistency, pace. Track-to-track consistency for GB is awful this season. In-race consistency is pretty good. 6? Is that harsh? And then pace. The consistency makes pace hard. Because if he's quick at some tracks and slow at other ones, it's really hard. I'd say 7. I'd say GB is a little bit better than Tom this season. So that's fair. 6 versus 6, 7. Ben, so consistency, I've never thought Ben's consistency is that great, but then he rarely gets a track limits penalty, and he's normally somewhere near the sharp end. I'd say his consistency is pretty good. We'll give him 8 for now. And then pace, his pace is decent, isn't it? It's got to be an 8 for pace, doesn't it? A little bit behind me and Razin, but up there for pace. Skysy, okay, so Skysy's pace has obviously got to be a 10. Again, though, if you factor in race pace, maybe not. No, I think Skysy drops to a 9 purely because his quali pace is the best bar none, but then his race pace lets him down. Skysy has not got great race pace. Consistency for Skysy, not good. Skysy's gonna hate me again. He's still in chat as well. Can't you just look away now, Skysy? Look away now. We're gonna give you. I'm joking. I'm not gonna give you a 1. I know you've had your issues, but that factors in. It has to factor in. 4. Okay. You got a 5. We'll go up to a 5. Ches. Okay, this is going to get a bit harder. So Ches, pace. Yeah, sorry, Chevs. It's not looking good, bruv. 3, 2. I don't know. I mean, he was rapid in Portimao, right? He was going to Q3. He should have been in Q3. But most races, he is just near the back. But is that his consistency? I don't know his races well enough, really. Okay, then what about consistency? Consistently slow. Exactly. He can be quick, but he never really shows it. Portimao was the only time I've seen some real pace from Ches. He was all right in Austria. Yeah, okay. 5 and 4. Have I been too generous now? 3. 6 and 3. Dale. Okay, Dale's consistency obviously genuinely might be a 1. I mean, he's consistently DNFing. Dale's pace is reasonable. We'd say he's quicker than Ches, but not by a whole load. Although Ches has come along recently. That's a 4 pace. He did get through his Q3 at Imola, but he did also celebrate it like he just won the World Championship, which tells you all you need to know about his pace, I think. 5. All right, I'll put you on. Wait, what does that put you with? That puts you level with Hayden. Okay, yeah, no, level with Hayden is fair. Level with Hayden is definitely fair. Okay, 5. No, 5 is right. It's because he did it on used tyres. Okay. Infratic's consistency is also absolutely in the mud. Infratic's pace, again, like, on his day, he could be pretty near the sharp end, but he's not normally. Certainly not recently. I'd say Infratic's pace is not great recently. I'd say him and Dale pretty similar. 5? 2 and 5? 3? 3 and 5? Maraki, okay. Maraki, we'll just move on from that. Maraki's just such an easy target. I feel bad for him, man. So Maraki's pace is usually pretty decent. I'd say, though, this season, he's not quite on mine and Razin's pace on average. I'd say he's an 8. Maraki's consistency, decent. Maraki's got decent consistency. 8? It's really hard to judge the consistency because he starts at the back this season. I'd say from when he's been at the sharp end, he doesn't really make mistakes. And I'd say he's generally quick at most tracks. You won't get a track where he's just terrible. It's just hard to judge this season because he's at the back. I think 8's fair for consistency. So after consistency, I'd say is pretty good. Both in-race consistency is very good, and his consistency track to track is also very good. I give him an 8, but his pace isn't normally quite there. He was rapid in Imola, but the fact that people were surprised that he was fighting for pole, I think, tells you all you need to know. I think his pace is maybe a 7. Just after space track specific, maybe. So maybe 6 then, because, yeah. Vince's pace, so I feel like Vince's consistency is not good. Sometimes Vince is, like, comfortable in Q3. Other times Vince is, like, getting knocked out in Q2. So I think his consistency isn't great. I don't know what his in-race consistency is like. I feel like it's okay, like 6. Does that seem fair for Vince? Vince's pace is sort of all right. Is he a 6? Is he a 5? El Rey, okay. El Rey's pace is very good. We all know that. El Rey's a 9 on pace. I think he's possibly edging up to a 10. His consistency... So, I mean, he's always near the sharp end, but his in-race consistency isn't amazing, mainly because of his strategy, to be honest, and being aggressive with people. His consistency is still pretty good. An 8 or a 7. And most people saying 7. Right, we'll go with 7. Persia, sorry. His pace, again, Persia can be rapid. He can be literally a 9, I reckon, on pace, but he isn't. 6 this season. Persia's consistency, not great. He gets involved in too many incidents. He's too aggressive, so his consistency is not great. 5, maybe lower. I feel like we've maybe been harsh on Dale. We'll go Dale or 2 on consistency. AI's consistency might be the only 10 in the whole field, because of course they are. They're AI. Actually, that said, at Monaco, they're really slow, and other races, they're really quick. So maybe they're knocked down for that. But their in-race consistency is near perfect. They very rarely make mistakes. They're slower than me, on average, at 110. Yeah, they're Ben's pace, aren't they? You think this should go down to a 9? We haven't got anyone else higher than an 8 for consistency. Is that harsh? All right, I'll put them on a 9, but that still puts them the most consistent of anyone here, which seems fair. Right, let's do these last two, then I'm going to head off because this is dragging out. So, for me, guys, put in chat right now what number you think I get for consistency. Fratis giving me a 9, even after I murdered him. That's generous. There's a lot of 8s. There's some 9s. There's some 7s. There's some 1s you can get in the bin. We're ignoring those. I feel like we're going 8. And then pace, yeah, 9s and 8s. I'd say 9. I think you guys are just about saying 9. It's like 8.7. There you go. Right, that's it. I'm calling it. There's the final results. And I think we all broadly agree, I've got to say. I don't think we're more than 1 point off on all of those stats. Razin's loving it. I mean, look, Razin's leading the championship. In fact, let's directly compare this to championship order. This isn't going to be perfect because some people have not raced. See, Razin's even missed a race, and Razin is still leading the championship. So Razin is the rightful leader on our chart. Infratic, 14th. Infratic, what are you talking about, bruv? Infratic was going on and on and on about, oh, my rating's wrong. Oh, I've been done dirty. You're 14th, mate, having competed in every single race. Infratic is, if anything, now Infratic's too high. Pace, I mean, what did he say in chat? I have a lot of crashes. Oops. Now there's your final standings. We've nerfed Mitchie a little bit, and we've put Infratic in his rightful place. We happy? Obviously, Infratic's not, but he can get in the bin. You set fire to the world, now he's off to bed. It is 9:30. Why is it 9:30? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye, Dad. So proud of you, son. What's the, are you winning, son? Me and Razin, though. Me and Razin. We're the real ones. We're the real ones. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I think there's so many creators who's like here. I guess you've got an invested interest. I'm sure the screenshot's gone straight in the cooldown chat. I'm looking forward to catching up all the, again, absolutely roasted in there. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I'll catch you tomorrow for 4-player career. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.